Hi Gemini, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for September 2023. It is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your current energy, the near future, what you don't see coming, and then what Spirit wants you to focus on this month. And then we'll take a look at you and your person. See what's going on there or the person that's on your mind. Sometimes single stuff comes out with that too, if you want to stick around for that part. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. If you are new, welcome. I do hope if you enjoy the messages, you'll consider subscribing, hitting that like button and the notification bell so you know when I upload. And if you'd like a personal reading, that information is in the description box below or in the About section of my channel. All right, let's see what's happening. One more cut. Okay, so the overall energy, we have the Ace of Cups. I like that. So new emotional experiences. I think you're also going to be focused on loving yourself. I think it's important to take time out. It's a really difficult lesson to learn in this life, how to love ourselves. But I think you're going to be doing things that are focused more around you specifically and what brings you a lot of happiness and fulfillment, which is a great energy. I think everybody should be doing that. Regardless of your external relationships, you should always want to do things that are fulfilling to you. So I think that's going to be a good primary focus for September for you. Now, your current energy, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. So there's something about communicating where you feel like you give too much to a situation. I think it'll be, if you do communicate this, whatever area of your life it is, I think right now you're keeping quiet. I think a part of you gives to situations very willingly and openly, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it can be a lot of fun. Some of you are just thinking about these things, like where do I want to put my energy? How do I want to give to other people? And the Three of Cups says that you'll be really happy about where you decide to put your energy this month. I don't know that you're expressing this to other people, and maybe things aren't happening very quickly right now. It doesn't mean they won't. I think it's just, it's everyone's right to choose where they want to put their energy. But the Three of Cups just tells me there's going to be some gatherings or get-togethers or some fun times. This could be some things that you're experiencing now. But I don't think you're being very communicative. It doesn't mean that things have to be moving at lightning speed. I think you're just taking your time and deciding where you want to put your energy. All right, so in the near future, we have, this is great, the Nine of Swords in reverse. Good. Three of Wands, where something that you had been waiting on. Maybe you had been trying to make a decision about something that was stressing you out. Whatever it is, I just don't think it was working out the way that you wanted it to, regardless of what it is. When we clarify, we'll see what it is. But right now, I'm just going to say there was something that you may have been waiting to either experience or feel. You may have felt like you weren't sure about what you wanted to do, maybe in a relationship, or it could be around your work. Whichever it is, I think that you're putting it to rest. And I think you've made a choice and there's no more wait. You just don't want to stress about it any longer. So again, we'll clarify that in a moment. So what you don't see coming is the Three of Pentacles. This is usually getting accolades at work. It can also mean that something's coming together, a project is coming together. People see you as either a leader or someone that they respect. Something is definitely coming together there. The Page of Swords in reverse would say, I wouldn't look, somebody's not keeping an eye on you in a way that you think. I don't know why that's coming out that way. But what I will say is that these two people are looking at this person and there's admiration. So if you've questioned how people feel about you at work, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I don't think anybody is either spying or doing anything spiteful behind your back. It doesn't feel that way. Let's see what comes out after that. We have the Death card. So something is definitely transforming within your work situation. So if you've made a decision recently about either there has to be changes at work or you want to do something different, some of you could be looking, some of you just are allowing some change to happen, but this is a death and a rebirth, which tells me that there is something significantly changing, either within you, within a dynamic. There could be three people involved. Something's transforming in you. And maybe you're tired of stressing about it. You've already made the decision that there's something that needs to come to an end and something that needs to start anew. So let's see what Spirit wants you to focus on. The Six of Swords. What they don't want you to focus on, or they do want you to focus on, is not worrying about what it's going to look like at the other side of it. They're trying to get you to a place where you are in a better state mentally. So they want you to focus on the things that are important. Friendships, partnerships, people who get you, the people who understand where you are. If you don't feel like you've gotten to a place where things have become a sense of ease, I feel like the ones who are going to be the most supportive are the people who get you. And then we have the Chariot in reverse. So they're saying basically you're going through this transformation. There isn't probably going to be movement in September. You could be deciding to change or wanting to see how things are going to unfold, but something about you is shifting, and I think that's what's important. So do I see movement? Not necessarily. I do think that you have people around you that support you, though. So with the Six of Swords in reverse and the Chariot in reverse, that tells me that something's not happening within this month, but it doesn't mean that there isn't thoughts, processes, things happening in the divine, right? Working it up to a place where you start to decide which way to go. Okay, so your challenge for the month is the Nine of Swords. There could be some things that pop up that were old wounds, and it's just hard for you because you feel like you've already dealt with so much, especially when you start coming to the stage in your, let's just call it in your awakening. Most who are going to awaken have awakened at this point. If you've been watching tarot for a long time, you understand it. Well, and that means something different for everyone. It doesn't mean that every day you're going to be conscious of, well, I'm walking this earth because my soul is here to have this plan. Well, some of you will and some of you won't. My point is you're aware of the things that you had to learn, and that's what's important. And you're conscious of those things. So it may be a little bit of sensitivity around some of those experiences. Not that you're going to be fully focused on it. I think your focus is primarily on really filling your own cup, having some good times. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the Ace of Cups. Clarify that for you. This is for Gemini. Okay, so we have the Lovers in reverse. So some of you, it isn't about there being a breakup just because it comes out in reverse. This could just mean that you're taking some time from a partner. Now, this could also be, there's several different things it could be. Some of you don't want to be in relationships. That's for a few of you. There's going to be 50 million of people that watch these different videos. I'm not saying there's 50 million that watch this. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different people. So I'm picking up different energies. With this could be that you're just focusing on yourself and you're not putting all your efforts into your relationship. That's why I said with the Six of Pentacles, you're deciding where you want to put your efforts. And if doing more for you, doing things that make you really happy, not that being with a partner doesn't make you happy, just maybe you want to put your energy elsewhere. And then we have the Sun in reverse. You could be dealing with a Leo. There could be some shakeups with you and a person that, or there were in August, with someone that things that were creating kind of a sense of, is this right? Is this wrong? And that's where you needed to focus on you. And there's no certainty there that anything is falling apart. I just think something wasn't going right. What do we have after that? We have the Seven of Pentacles. So there's still a kind of a good waiting energy to see where things go. You're allowing things to grow. If you're in a partnership, you could have hit some bumps and now you're just in that space of, is it worth it to put the energy into something? Do I really want to invest here? That's sort of like the Six of Pentacles, but the Seven of Pentacles is, am I going to? Is the juice worth the squeeze, if you will? So the Eight of Wands with the Six of Pentacles, we have the Five of Wands. So you've learned a lot. Clearly, you're still learning a lot about where you want to invest your time and energy, and it's important to learn that, to pay attention to those energies when they pop up, meaning where you're supposed to put your focus. And when it's coming to the forefront, learn that. Pay attention to it, because if you haven't been able to do it in the past, and this feels like a newer type of lesson, it's good. And when you start feeling really strong about it, you're empowered by saying no and saying yes and doing things because you want to, not because you feel like you have to. So the Five of Wands with, or I'm sorry, the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, we have that death in reverse. So something had not gone through a transformation yet. Maybe there's not a lot of discussion. Could there be some drama in the current moment? Yeah. And something isn't transforming. I think still there's something to celebrate, but the transformation's happening here. What you don't see coming is that it's going to happen within the month. So in the current energy, being as though I'm putting this out at the beginning of September instead of the end of August, it still may not have happened just yet, but something is definitely transforming in how you're putting yourself into the energy that you're putting into your relationships and work. So the Nine of Swords with the Three of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. See, because of this ending of stressing over where things are going and what's going to happen and what's coming in and how are these changes, you get the picture. The Wheel of Fortune's coming in because this is actually an end of one cycle and the beginning of a new one, the same as the World card, but this is a really beneficial energy. So something good is about to come of your circumstances, and I think it's because you made a conscious decision. Do I stay or do I go? And whatever that means to you in whatever area of your life that fits. But there's almost like a pat on the back for making the right choice, because it is going to be successful, whatever you've chosen to let go of as far as the stress connected to something and the decision that you've made. Next is the Five of Pentacles. So you are definitely going to leave something behind, for sure. A part of you maybe have a little fear of other people feeling like they're being abandoned, maybe coworkers, friends, or whoever. But I think you've made a decision and there isn't really any turning back. So the Three of Pentacles with the Page of Swords, we have the Page of Wands. See, for you, I think this is a new perspective, which I like, because it's almost like you're being inspired. Could be that you're inspired by other people at your job. They're inspired by you, but you're reflecting back on the experiences you've already had, and you have a new idea of what success looks like for you personally or in work or in your relationships. Page of Swords in reverse with the Death card. We have the Knight of Cups. So things may not be moving really quickly. Something in the future may seem like it's been slow. Maybe it's a love relationship for you, or being able to follow your actual dreams, your own love. But that's transforming, if that makes sense. So something about this is transforming. It just hadn't happened yet in the current energy. We've got what you don't see coming and this new perspective on things. It's like a light bulb moment. So what Spirit wants you to focus on with the Six of Swords in reverse and the Two of Cups, Two of Swords, knowing that these decisions are supported by the people who matter. So whatever choice you have to make, it's twice now this has come up, where it's like you have made a definitive choice, and maybe right now you can't see how this is going to end up, but there's some people who are definitely going to be by your side. Two of Cups with the Chariot in reverse. The Page of Swords is now in the upright. So what you don't see coming, in the past, maybe there wasn't as much interest in you and you put yourself out there for work, but then all of a sudden there is interest in you. So people could be watching you on social media if you put yourself out there for work. This could also be people wanting to know what's going on in your life. It's extremely important that I feel like you protect yourself in this case. The Page of Swords can also be somebody who's a little bit defensive at times. The way he's standing in this card, he almost has like a stern look. Defending your position about things and negotiating properly. The Chariot in reverse with this Page of Swords would tell me you're not going to make moves right away. You want to be very discerning when you make these choices for yourself in your life. So the challenge with the Nine of Wands, my foot fell asleep. Hold on. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So it is hard for you not to give of yourself so freely. But see, in the current energy, they're asking you to learn from having possibly overgiven in the past. And now it's hard for you to not do that, because some of you are just so overly, in a good way, loving and caring. This may trigger old wounds again, because people expect certain things, right? If they've gotten used to a certain version of you, and then you start saying, no, Ace of Cups, I'm going to focus on the things that make me happy, that fill my cup, instead of being worried about how other people feel or how other people view me. It can be a little bit of a challenge. It may trigger some old wounds. Okay, so we are going to switch it up and go into you and your person. So think about them for just a moment, or whoever's on your mind. If you are leaving us at this point, thank you for being here. Please hit that like button on the way out. And if you are staying, hang just 1 second. And we will get to you and your person. All right, let's see where the energy is. This is for Gemini. All right, so your person's energy, the Ace of Pentacles. Judgment, which is good because I feel like this person is, they may seem like they don't move with a lot of emotion, but they definitely offer a lot of opportunities into the relationship. Death in reverse. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I feel like it could be something connected to work for some of you, but it feels more like this person's saying, here's a, I kind of feel like a fresh start type of energy. They may be slow to burn, meaning they may be slow to love. And some of them are still kind of going through some kind of spiritual transformation, even if they're conscious or unconscious of that. There's some change that's happening within them. Your energy is the moon. You maybe have some questions or doubts at times. King of Cups. This comes, listen, are we all fully emotionally, what's the word I'm looking for? Mature? No. I don't think we fully mature ever, really. Are we more mature at certain times in our lives? Yes. So you could feel a little bit unstable and a little uncertain of how you feel about certain things. There's some emotional maturity that's developing still, but I feel like there's just some questions. Definitely a lot of vulnerability in the Five of Cups in reverse. Good. I'm kind of wanting to say you're not going to let this get you down. I don't think you have any regrets about the things that you do. I definitely think that a part of you questions your partner at times. Some part of you may shut down as well emotionally because you don't feel like they actually try to be as emotionally invested, meaning they're not coming at it showing a lot of love. So you may do that a little bit. Let's see what the romance angels have. Oops. Get a handle on these cards. Okay, so love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's what we were talking about in the main reading. This is about loving you this month. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. That could mean anything. So could that mean that you're separating for a period of time? Yes, it could be that one of you travels or the other does. Any kind of separation could be applicable here. So don't think that that necessarily means you're breaking apart. For some of you, it may be needed. Let's see. Children, your love life is being affected by children. For those of you that do have children with your partner and you're just feeling a little bit disconnected emotionally and there's kids and you want to work things out for that reason, that makes sense. But some of you may just want to take a break and decide whether this is worth it because you need to clearly invest more into yourself, which is all that the reading has been saying. Let's get some advice. Well, actually, first, let's get an outcome and see what happens or what else Spirit wants to say to you, because I feel like they just want to talk. Give you some other cards. What else does Gemini need to know? We have the Hierophant in reverse. Some of you, this is about a disconnection or disillusion of a long-term commitment, or the idea of, is this the one for me? Seven of Swords, there's some question maybe about lies or deception, and some of you may be questioning whether your person is doing so. Is this person like a thief in the night, or was there some instance in which, this is for the couples that could possibly have children and are in a marriage or trying to decide if they want to get out of one. The Seven of Swords could say that, you need to be aware of the behaviors there. And then the Two of Cups, because something is definitely, two people are not coming together here. Clearly there's some kind of obstacle or problem. I'm not saying that your partner's not going to want to fix it, because they will. I think a part of you at times is kind of shut down emotionally, not sure how to feel. The Page of Swords is here. So there will be messaging, communication, something happening, or somebody's definitely watching you. Ace of Swords in reverse. You may not feel like you have the clarity that you need at this point. Some of you, this is about taking a time out. And I understand a lack of patience. Like if this is about your partner and you're not sure where they stand, or there's something happening and you're cutting off emotionally and you're not sure why, I'd say give it a little bit of time and see how things go. Let's see what's the outcome. 5 of Cups. So letting go of any kind of regrets, but there could be definitely some sadness there. And then the King of Swords. As long as you are honest with yourself and your person, I think things can either work out. 8 of Wands, a lot of movement. Things will get going. Either you're going to work through it or you're going to make a decision not to. For those of you, like I said, in a long-term relationship, it just depends on where you stand. You may decide this is just not for me. And maybe you've put a lot of energy into it. And as sad as it may make you, you may have to make a choice for yourself. Just to say, this is just not it. I can't do it. Okay, let's get to the Lover's Oracle. Oops. Okay, well, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. It's everything I was saying, and they were not going to let me get away from that card. So just know that's the Spirit saying, when I say it, I mean it. Like I said what I said. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Remember, again, in the main reading where we were talking about following those steps and doing what really fulfills you. You're manifesting something new and probably what's going to feel like a miracle. Maybe you never thought this was going to happen, and those things are going to start unfolding. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. There you go. So if you're having difficulty, there's things going awry in your work situation or even in the relationship, it means that you're experiencing that difficulty in order for something that is going to be a bigger blessing to come into your life. I know that sounds crazy. Most people are like, I don't want to go through that. Who does? Nobody wants to be in pain. But just know that there is usually something fantastic on the other side of a difficult scenario. All right, so let's see what last card Spirit has for you. Okay, something's definitely coming to an end. Unfinished symphony. You're wrapping up some old process, some old, I just heard conditioned belief. Something is changing. This is a new. It's a 10. Things coming to an end and starting new. Go with the flow. Right now is not the time necessarily to make absolute moves. They just kind of want you to allow things to exactly that, flow. All right, so you could be born on the 10th or the 7th. And then happy. Whatever this is that's changing for you, this, where I see the Death card in my head again, this transformation, it's going to make you happy. So you could be 26, born on the 2nd, the 6th, or the 8th, or the 26th of the month. And then we have imagine. So try to imagine what you want this to look like. The 20th of September could be significant. You could be born on the 20th or the 2nd of the month. Keep imagining, keep reaching for the stars. Whatever it is, don't give up on that. The more you can imagine what you want to create, the easier it is to follow that path. Okay, my loves, those were your messages. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit that like button on your way out. And if you would like a personal reading, the information is in the description box below or the About section of my channel. I hope you guys have an amazing month, and I will see you in the next one. Lots of love. Take care.